Hey everybody, it's me, the Asaurus here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing great, or as great as you can, given how this year has already turned out to be. We are on the floor right now. I thought we'd do something a little bit fun with the angle. I mean, I don't know. This is my channel. I can do whatever I want with it. So today we're going to be doing a bit of an update video regarding how last year went in terms of the channel, how this year's going to go in terms of the channel, and pretty much the rest of the channel's existence. To a certain extent, I'm not streamlining a map, but like by 2035, I have gotten 3,000 moves. No. And if you're wondering why it's February and this video is just now coming out, well, I was a bit knee-deep into Xavier in more ways than one, and his video was still being worked on when the new year rolled around, so it just, it's the first time I've gotten a chance to record it since then. So, here we go. Video. So, I got my little list here to talk about, so let's start with the first thing, reviewing how last year went in terms of the channel, because that was a very positive part of last year. Last year, was a year. But the channel itself, I think, did very, very good. I'm not really worried about analytics a little bit, but mostly for the sake of my own heart. This is not a job for me. I am not monetized to do this. This is all being done for fun. It started off kind of as a joke even, and now it's just like, well, the ideas keep coming and they don't stop coming. So now we're here, about to be 35 movesets in, and I don't even know how many videos I've got, over 100. But like, you know, I think the video, or not the videos, well, the videos, but the channel itself performed well. I know we hit 100 subscribers, which was actually mind-boggling, which is like, it's like 100, whoa, but that's like, there's like 133 people who watch me, and that's kind of like crazy to say. Like, y'all turning into these ridiculous videos, thank you. I really appreciate it. And in terms of the videos themselves, I'm very happy with how last year turned out. You know, even with some of the wilder ideas, we got kind of all over the place last year when it comes to actual movesets being made, but with the exception of one, all of them were like technically legitimate requests for Smash. So it's like, hey, this one technically can happen, even down to the all the hot men we did. So many hot men last year. I'm very happy with how last year, in terms of the movesets as a whole, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. There were definitely some hiccups. Dude, that period in between Zane and Phoenix Wright was a pain in the ass. I'll fully admit. I don't know what happened with Phoenix either. Something happened with the audio recording that just completely messed me up. We got another episode of randomized ship art before Phoenix Wright, which is not something I thought would ever come back to the light of day, but I mean, here we are. Not complaining too much. It was very fun. But I'm still suffering the consequence. I still don't know what happened with Phoenix Wright. It's still not fixed either. But that's besides the point. I think as a whole, the movesets videos themselves are very, very nice. I think I had a goal last year. My goal last year was to create a set amount of movesets, not like an actual set number, but like a amount of movesets that I could look back on and go, I'm proud with how that turned out. The video itself is, you know, of a quality I can actually be like, I'm good with. And for the most part, I think last year did the job. There were definitely some parts of videos, never full videos, but parts of videos. Like, something happened with the audio for Clive Rossfield too. It's not as bad as I thought, but the audio itself is still kind of Phoenix Wright initial audio was, I think I recorded that 3 times before I actually was able to get it down to, oh, hey, you can actually listen to the video itself. I'm not huge on the intro and outro segments that I did for The Soldier. I really wish those were more longer intro, shorter outro. I think it could have been tied up better, but like outside of that, like I'm very happy with how it turned out. So pat myself on the back there, and clap to everyone who helped out. I had a great time. So the videos themselves were not the problem child last year. At least, well, not the movesets. The videos, well, oh boy. So last year sucked. I'm going to fully admit that. Last year was not a good year. I am so glad the new year is hit, even though this year sucks too. Like, we're a month in, and if you've been keeping track of the news, it's just hell. But last year actually took a toll on my mental health. I'm not going to say too much about what happened because that's personal stuff, and it's like I don't want to be spouting my entire life story on the internet. But let's just say this: too many people went to the hospital to click to one another, and that completely fucked me over for the first half of the year, and then it never really fully recovered. And that's just part of it. That's the big part of it, honestly. That and how America's shaping up now that we have good old Tangerine in office. We are in actual fascism now. It's not fun. It is genuinely a horrible living space. And so the pressure, it's stupid. It's like the world is actually falling apart, and now I'm pressured into making moveset videos. But there was kind of a pressure when it comes to making content last year that I felt. Mostly put on me. It's mostly my fault, but it still felt like it was there. Because, good old, I really don't like making people upset. So just the constant pressure of, I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, and I need this, and the video's gotta be out by this specific time, and this specific day, and it's this, and that, and this, and that, and this, and by the time I got to the complete audio failure that was the first take of the Phoenix Wright moveset, a complete shutdown, which is surprising it took that long to have a complete shutdown, but it was gradually building. Every video was a pain for me to edit, for me to do everything except make the moveset itself. The making the video part sucked. And then when it got to write, crash and burnt to the ground. So that needs to change. Short and simple. It sounds like I'm actually blaming the Phoenix Wright moveset. I'm not. It could have been anyone in that specific time spot, and it would have been, it could have been, I don't know. It could have been anyone, genuinely. I'm very happy with how the Wright moveset turned out in the end, though. But anyways, all that to say that how this year is approached needs to change, because I cannot have last year happen again. I don't want to hate every single video that I'm making through the whole process of making it to the point that it gets delayed infinitely, or what feels like infinitely. I want to actually, enjoy what I'm working on. So that's going to be the big goal for the year. That whole goal that I had last year, there was a goal. I don't know if I've said this video or not. If I have, whoops. It was to make a quantity of movesets, not a set quantity, just a quantity of movesets that I was happy with in the end. That goal's thrown out the window. It is now just have fun with it, dude. This is my channel, and I just need to remember that I can do this however I want, whenever I want, wherever I want, and I could and the big thing, whoever I want. This is my channel. And I know y'all are probably thinking like, yeah, that's obvious, but to me, this is my reminder to me that, hey, hi, you made this, you can do whatever you want with it. So that's how I'm going to handle this year. I don't want to hate everything I'm making on The World Sucks As Is. I want this video series to be a semblance of joy in my life and a semblance of joy in your life. And I don't want to hate every process of making it except for the movesets themselves. Those have never been the problem. Some of them have been harder than others, but that's never been the problem. It's always been making the videos. So that needs to change. And here's how I'm going to change it. There's a lot of ideas. The first one is very simply not trying to live up to a specific standard. Initially, I'd said I wanted 12 movesets to come out last year before I changed it to a certain amount of quantity. But the idea of at least 12 to 15 movesets always plagued my mind. I got 13 in the end, with almost 14. Xavier was meant to be last year's last moveset. It never happened, but I got close. So you know what? I'm proud of myself for that, but I mean, it took how much of a toll? A lot. It took a lot bigger of a toll. So this year we're going to take care of myself a little bit more. What does that look like? The first option is very simple. Probably longer periods between videos, and maybe maybe, I say definitely, realistically, a break at some point where I'm just not making a moveset. I don't know when that break's going to happen, because technically, I have been making movesets nonstop since Riku came out back in 2024 now. Yeah, that's part of the reason too, I think. But I'm just going to kind of do this all at my own pace, truly. And that already has helped a lot. Not forcing myself to release Xavier by specific everything. Just kind of helped out a lot. And I'm taking this next one that I'm working on a lot chiller too. So we're already on the right path. The second really does boil down to an idea that I talked about last year. Some people are probably going to know where this one's going. Unintentionally, the viewer suggestions got to my head a bit. I said in that video I was trying not to let them get to my head. They continue to, just not nearly as much. Saying like, hey, I'm not taking any more. That helped a little, but still the constant, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to make that moveset. Oh, gotta satisfy this person. Gotta satisfy that person. Gotta satisfy. It's like, this series was made for me. It started with Larry Boy. I can clearly do whoever I want. So that's kind of how we're gonna go back. I'm not saying that I'm never opening up viewer requests again. However, it's going to be a long time before I do. I'm going to say maybe summer this year is the first time I open them back up. And you'll notice I said requests and not suggestions. That's the other thing. I think the terminology I used for them didn't help, because a suggestion feels more like you should totally do this than a request. You're asking, and I get to be the final say. And I know, again, some people are probably like, yeah, that's clearly how it's supposed to work, but this is me telling myself this and telling you that I'm telling myself this, so that we're all on the same page, that we're all actually thinking like, and I'm going to live by this rule. Because sometimes I just need to tell someone else that I'm doing this specific thing, so that way I actually stick to doing it. And this is one of those cases. So I'm not saying there's no more viewer requests. They're all thrown out the window. They're all thrown out the wazoo. No more cutting them all. No, absolutely not. But I'm going to take them less frequently. I'm not going to force myself to do them. I'm going to be a little bit more stingy with people. I already said that in that video, that it's like, if you nag me too much, I'm going to say, nope, no more. I'm going to be for real with that. It's not happened yet, but it very easily could happen. So just a fair warning on that. And again, not saying I'll never end up being like, hey, guess what y'all can do now? But it's going to be a while, because this head has too many moveset ideas. Too many. And I want to prioritize this, because I don't know, I find myself movesets that I actually truly like the idea of doing, I find myself enjoying a lot more. Shocker, I know, but this is how that's gonna be. And if you're disappointed by that, I'm sorry, not sorry. I feel bad, but this is for my health, my mental health, and yeah, I mean, I very easily could just continue doing viewer requests and nothing else, but I don't imagine the series would last much longer. I would say, and this would be the final year, realistically. If I wasn't making this video, this could have been the final year of the series, and I'm done. I've dropped the ball and lost ideas, and I don't want that. I want to continue going for as long as I physically can. I don't know how much longer that's going to be, and I don't know how many moveset ideas from my head or yours that are going to get out, but, we're going to enjoy it while it lasts. Nothing lasts forever, but, we can enjoy the moment, and that's what this is trying to be. Enjoying this really ridiculous creative process that is taking characters from fictional media and putting them into video form, talking about what if they joined Smash Bros, And I just want to kind of enjoy doing it again, truly. And that's what all of this boils down to. So I hope y'all can understand more than anything why I'm going to handle it the way I am. Less moveset videos, a break eventually. Maybe not less moveset videos, but less frequent moveset videos, we'll say. Breaks, how I'm handling, actually calculating what movesets are going to happen. Because not all my ideas are going to happen, dude. No. I've cut multiple of my own ideas from ever happening because it's like, I don't know how that's going to happen. But, you know, I feel a little bit better already. Just, this video is not even out to the public, and I feel a little bit more relieved that I feel in control again, which, given how last year went, both in terms of the political climate, the channel, and my own personal life, it feels kind of nice to at least have something that, no matter what, the only thing that can cause it to change is if I want it to change, not from some unseen circumstance throwing itself into it. Unless something happens to me, but that's yeah. If you made it through to the end here, first of all, thank you so much for listening to me. Yep, that means a lot to me. And I hope y'all understand more than anything. I'm sure you will. And I'm sure you will. But if you've made it through to the end, thank you so much. And I'm going to reward you just a little bit with some little teasers. Ooh, little teases for moveset ideas that I want to do. Because I talk about all this, I want to take control, I want to do movesets I've liked. But what if I just showed you some of the moveset ideas that I've had? Because I've had a lot. Some of them are jokes, and some of them will probably happen, some of them probably won't. But here we go. Here's just some of the moveset ideas I have. So first of all, I played a video game close to the end of last year when it first dropped that I really liked. I thought it was a very interesting game, a style game I've never played. And I liked it through to the end. And it was called Dispatch. If you don't know about this game, first of all, please play it. It's so freaking good. It's so peak. You play as a character named Robert Robertson III, a superhero turned superhero dispatcher, and he commands a team known as the Z-Team, a team of reformed superhero or super villains, a reformed team of villains that are trying to do good. And you get to play with them and dispatch them off to certain missions. And the game was so freaking fun that I was like, let's turn that into a moveset. So here we have Robert Robertson and the Z-Team. This is the lengthy one, okay? This one, alongside with another one we'll get to here in a second, is a massive moveset that is taking a while to work on. So it's not going to happen until later this year, but this one's happening this year. Another one that's happening this year is the continuation of the Love and Deep Space series. Obviously, we did Raphael and Zane last year, and we started off with Xavier, which means of the love interests that are currently available, we have Silas and Caleb left. There is talks that we are actually going to get the 6th love interest, and it will be sometime earlier this year. So if that happens, well, you can expect that one getting a moveset too, but probably not before the main character himself, MC, or the player, gets a moveset. This is the other lengthy moveset, where it's more lengthy because there's less stuff, but everything's more complicated than Robert. But I'm very, very excited for all of those movesets to come out. There's also more, series I've already covered on the channel that I want to do. I obviously got more Kingdom Hearts movesets. I don't even know how many I've got completed or in my backlog at this point. I would love to continue doing Full Metal Alchemist as a series. Legend of Zelda is another one. I've got ideas for Impa and Sidon currently, and that's it right now, but there's definitely going to be more. I would also like to, there's so much. Pokemon's going to get more. I've got Mew and Meowscarada as finished movesets. Oddball picks, but I don't know. And I want to cover so many more things. I've got old mobile game I used to play called The Alchemist Code. That's going to get a moveset or two. I want to do this. There's so much. Heck, so, there's one game that I started playing last year that I'm not done with yet. I'm still not finished with it yet. But it is so tight. It is so cinema that it has to get movesets. And I say movesets plural because I'm going to try and cover, before it's all said and done, keyword is try. We'll see if it happens. But I would love to cover all 6 party members that are available in Claire Obscure Expedition 33. This includes Gustav, Lune, Mael, CL, Verso, and Monoko. That's a task, okay? I've currently got everyone but CL and Monoko, because I have no clue how his is going to work. And some of them are just, Gustav and Lune are still very early on movesets. I'm hoping to push out Mael in the front half of the year. We'll see though, and I'm so excited to do them because it is such a good game. Oh my god, I cannot stress to you enough. If you haven't played it, please do yourself a favor and play it. It is so fucking good. It is so tight. It is cinema. There's a reason it swept the Game Awards last year. There's a reason it won Game of the Year. Oh my gosh. But anyways. Hi, this is Future Gabriel, post having finished playing all of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. My point still stands, the game is incredibly good and highly recommend it, but I did actually want to say one little change. When I was making this video, I had initially planned that Mael would be the first moveset. However, she's still very early on. We're still working through her. So I think Verso is actually going to be the first Expedition 33 moveset, since he's very close to being done as we speak. So, yeah. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I would love to cover so many more stuff. And, there's two more movesets I'll say. One is more of a joke, but I think it might actually happen because we keep talking about it because it's kind of funny. I'm still watching the show, or the anime, but I kind of want to do a moveset for Mau Mau from the Apothecary Diaries. No clue how that's going to work, but it'd be kind of funny. Now, we have approached the end of the video, and I do have one more moveset that I want to tell you about, but before I tell you who it is, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you all if you're still here watching this, and thank you all for supporting me in this little series that really was supposed to be just a couple episodes long in the end. We're almost hitting 35, and I am excited to see where we go from here. But who is the next moveset? Because that is the final moveset I want to tell you about today. It's a weird one, that's for sure. But it really just boils down to that idea of I want to do whoever I want, whether they're from a video game or not. This character, well, it kind of is actually, weirdly enough, from a video game, just not originally, kind of. This character is someone I found through Kingdom Hearts, actually. It is one of the worlds in one of the games, and it just caught my attention immediately. And I eventually watched the movie it's from, and I loved it. And while it took me till January this year to watch the underrated sequel from 2010 and the surprising third movie that got released last year, I loved them. I loved them all. I thought they were great. It's entered hyper fan levels now. Hyper fanboy. I own all 3 soundtracks on CD. Plan on watching the one season show that came out. And that alone might be enough for y'all all to know who this is. But I watched this movie back in May of last year, the original movie. And I said to myself, one day after work, sitting in the drive-thru, I need to make a moveset for him. Because it's such a ridiculous idea, and I love it. It's about this little security program that was created to fight oppression, basically, and save the digital frontier and fight for the users. I am 100% serious when I tell you this. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. The 35th moveset for the Smash Bros. Theory Kid series on my channel is from one of the most underrated franchises of all time, one of the most beautiful franchises as well, and I am so serious when I tell you this. The next moveset is Tron. I'm so dead serious on this. I've wanted to do this moveset for a while now, and I think y'all are going to really like what I've cooked up. So until next time, when we put the legendary security program Tron in Smash Bros, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. It's really fucking cringe, but I'm like, I like this one screenshot of Mau Mau in the end, yeah.